Hola, bon dia. It's been a minute since I jumped on. This morning I feel very inspired to share about, you know, ways to gain clarity. Um, Oftentimes, being a human in this complex fucking world, we find ourselves in the crossroads over and over again. It's like it's the human condition to be, to be at the crossroads, to be confused, to be unsure. Um, and some confusions are smaller, some are, life crisis. But what I've learned and discovered over and over again through my own experience, my own journey, is that clarity is our natural state of being. Clarity is, you are clarity. You always know, even if you don't know, even if your mind says, I don't know, you always know. And, it's that thing. Um, as soon as the clarity happens, you're like, oh, yeah, I actually knew this all along, right? So, what does that mean? That means is that oftentimes clarity is clouded by the mind, the judgment, the considerations, um, reasons, justifications, what's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, what are they gonna say, what they're gonna think, how am I gonna look like? And there's so much noise that is clouding the clarity. So, what do we do when we're so confused, we're so unsure? We need to take ourselves out of the situation. We need to change the context and we need to get still. You cannot extinguish my English, extinguish the fire while you in the fire, right? You need to step out. You need to see the fire. You need to see how big it is, and then begin the process, of extinguishing it. You need to zoom out in order to see the situation from different angles and perspectives. And you really need to get still. I have had so many experiences of clarity as soon as I sit down, close my eyes, and just tune in. I don't engage the mind and I just allow myself to be still with my confusion. It takes a while, but the clarity arises, the clarity reveals itself. It's almost like observing the fog. You cannot see anything through the fog, but if you sit there for a while, the fog settles and all of a sudden you see the horizon. So, really, the idea is that clarity always is and it never not is. So, you always know, even if you don't know. And the only reason you don't know is because the mind is clouding your knowing. And that's all you have to do. Take yourself out of the situation, take a break, go travel, do something completely different to, the confusion that you're in, completely opposite. Surrender, even like trying to know. Usually, we also have these moments of like, yeah, it clicked, right? And it's when we're not thinking. So, the more you release the situation, the trying to think and trying to understand and figure it out, the more it will reveal itself. It's almost like the knowing is like the Tetris blocks, it's like they're falling and they will fall into place. Um, so that's my invitation. If you're unclear, if you're unsure, you're in a situation of distress, confusion, unknowing, just take yourself out of the situation. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to experience something completely opposite. Get still. Get still and observe. What is this initial feeling that I was feeling that, I didn't give space to, with my mind, to actually fully feel and to fully allow myself the possibility of that clarity. Oftentimes we're afraid of what that clarity will reveal. So the mind is trying to protect us, which is very clever, to protect us with, all these reasons, justifications, judgments, of how we don't know. So you always know, even if you don't know. All you need is space, change of context, getting still, and really zooming out of the situation that you're in. You know, there's a saying, you cannot solve the problem with the same level of mind that created it. So, something to be said there.